My name is Gabriel Stockton. We're going to let YouTube let everybody know that we're ready to get this show started. If you're catching this on the replay, you can join us every Wednesday. We go live at 6 p.m. Eastern, and all right, some of you are starting to hop on already. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, my name is Gabriel Stockton, and we've been doing this since 2020, and we've been doing a couple two-parters, and I am happy to share. All right, we got Artie Ross from Arizona. Welcome back, Artie Ross. You were here last week, yeah? And we are doing this two-parter, and I am super stoked. So I'm gonna get out my little bag here, and in this little bag, I'm gonna be using these travel brushes today. And these are by Escoda. We got 3 of you here so far. So yeah, the algorithm's letting everybody. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you can hear me. That would be good, right? You can hear me. And yeah, it's been a nice week. Been able to get a lot of things done. For some of you, I shared last week how I get to represent the United States with 14 other artists. And we are all sending our paintings from the USA to the lovely city of Fabriano. So Fabriano, who makes your euros in Europe, they also make watercolor paper. And I'm getting out these. So these lovely things are perlas. That's the name of the style of the brush. And it's also a travel brush. So the type of hair is a perla. And they have different sets. They have the red sets. And I'm just talking and waiting for some people to show up here. Yeah, we got 5 already. I think we had like 22 last week. And I understand we all have lives, and maybe some of you are going to catch the replay. Totally get it. So I've got a 4, 6, and an 8, and a 10. And do you need all these brushes? No. But I'm very grateful to Escoda sending them to me as a brand ambassador for them. I'm very honored to work with the best brushes. And Sally says, hello from beautiful Brookshire, Massachusetts. I'm excited to watch the live. I watched the first episode earlier this evening. Hey, Sally, did you get to paint along with us? And I can hear you, says Artie Ross. Thank you so much. And Marie's here. Hello from Montreal. Marie signed up for the lovely workshop that we got coming up in March. And let me turn on this iPad. And let's see, Deb signed up for the workshop. So I'm just wondering, are you guys going to sign up for the workshop? All 7 of you? Love to have you. Check your email because, in your email is where I sent you the newsletter about joining with us in March. And I'm pretty sure if you want to get that $100, $115 special, early bird special, I believe it ends this week. So you got a couple of days, and so if you didn't get it, right here is my email. Bum bum bum. Info at GabrielStocktonFineArt.com. And what you can do is just email me and say, will you forward me the last? And we did that today. Someone today asked, and she's going to sign up. So let's get into it. Or I'll just keep just talking and talking. So this is our scene, and we dove into it, right? And I shared a sketch, and just like our lovely friend Sally said, she saw the video. And so I'm not going to dive back into the sketch. And Mike here from South Georgia, welcome. And so there's the sketch again. And we're just going to hop right into this. So you can watch or you can paint along, whatever works for you. So last week we were just having too much fun. You guys let me explain so much to you. One of my mentees that I work with, Eric, he said last week's was his favorite episode on how well I explained it. And so you too, if you would like some extra help, I can work with you on Zoom. So, all right, we are 7 minutes in. 8 of you are here, and I'm sure the rest will fall in soon. So we were looking at this lovely area, and we put some work to it. Just enough information to set the stage. Today we're gonna get into the best part, the heartbeat of the painting. And so what I like to do is I like to look at the warmth of the color and the cool part. And hello from Battle Creek. If I miss any of the lovely hellos, I will come back and say hello. And yes, you are welcome to ask questions as we go through this. So we laid down this nice little area, and this is just getting rid of the white paper. Now I want to dive into some of these really nice warmths, okay? So before I get in here and do this fancy little light thing coming through, I want to dive into the bulk of this bottom part. And so, all right, without any further ado, let's get into it. I've got here some lovely, oh, what did I put in there? I got some burnt sienna, and right here we've got some burnt hematite scarlet. These are all Daniel Smith colors, and I'm just grabbing a few of these. It's really wet here today, and I filled up my palette, and well, I put it in my backpack too soon. You know, you'd think I would have learned my lessons by now, right? But no. Even us professional artists have boo-boos. But anywho, check this out. I'm adding some of this Quinn Gold Deep that's down here. Hello, Cindy from Dayton, Ohio. And I'm going to get into this nice little chunk that's right here. I'm going to leave a little bit of that nice little edge of golden light that's hitting there. And I'm going to put this chunk of nice dark right in here. Now, it's very rare I do some paintings that are not alla prima. What am I saying? Like, what, Gabriel, why are you throwing us big words, artist words? Well, alla prima is when a painting is done in pretty much one go. And I wanted to, well, first of all, thanks again to Maggie, who was one of my past students for the last 5 weeks in one of my physical classes here at the art school at Art on 30th. And thank you to her who took this lovely photo. I want to give credit where credit's due, which we all should. And so sometimes I have this wonderful, amazing person who I love and adore, who I call wife, who's off to her piano lessons right now. And she's giggling. Well, my lovely wife says, can you do some detailed paintings, some nice, tight, detailed paintings? Because, you know, that's what she enjoys. And so every now and then I do these little tighter renderings, these smaller paintings. The problem is they sell like that. And I did one of the Hotel Dell, and I took it down on a Thursday, and they called me on Saturday. It was already gone. And have a wonderful piano lesson. Love you, bye. So the lovely Amber Stockton just left the building. And well, the only thing is these take a little bit longer, and some people can appreciate them. Now, you can sell these paintings that take longer. One thing I prefer to do is to have most of my paintings sold by the square inch. Okay, so currently my going rate is $5.75 a square inch, and you could do the math, you know, like on a 9 by 12. But there are some times that you need to ask for a little bit more if something sells pretty quickly. And here's the other thing, friends, okay? Sometimes the venue, they want more of a bigger cut, and you need to buffer for that. And hopefully that gallery or that venue, which these folks do, it's actually the Historic Society. If you ever come to San Diego and visit, first of all, you better say hello, come over to the studio and say hi. And second of all, you can go on a lovely tour of Coronado. And I think that is the best, well, not best. It was, okay, it was a really good $25 well spent. And per person, a docent takes you along the streets of Coronado, and they show you all these great houses. And there's this one house. I said, can you tell us what's going on with that house with the witch? And they said, oh yeah, of course. And she waited till we got over there. And I'm adding pyro orange. I did make a real nice dark down here. I think with some, I went so fast. With some cobalt blue, maybe? No, ultramarine blue. Well, the house with the witch was the writer of Wizard of Oz, the book series. And how cool is that? And but yeah, I was always wondering, like, what's up with this house? So as you can see, I did not draw all this knit all this little stuff in there, and this is what you want to do. I know it. I watched my students doing this the last 3 years, all 14 of you. You want to go like this and zoom into the picture, and then you are making all these little things too big in your painting, and you go, oh my gosh. When you zoom in and out, it kind of does not work. And then there's a group of you that want to draw every little thing in here. And what I would highly suggest is just paint that stuff. Just look at the shapes and be a shape painter, okay? You are a shape painter. So look, I see this little dude right there, and I'm gonna make something similar to that shape right here. So take some time, look at the photo reference, but you're not a robot, okay? This should be relaxing. This should be fun. This is an enjoyable medium. Watercolor is a lovely, lovely element to... Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of water in this, okay? So I'm not using my mop brush, okay? We used the mop brush last week. I'm now using this paint is kind of the consistency of a Starbucks Frappuccino, all right? I know you guys like that Frappuccino, that that Cool Whip on the top. Don't tell me you don't. Okay. Paint the shapes is one of the best bits of advice. I agree with you, Cindy. Cindy from Ohio. So I'm building up these pieces back here, and I'm leaving some of that nice little lovely light elements. There's these cute things here, so I'm adding some of that. And yes, I did turn the guy around. This guy is filling the orders that he's got to get out, and I am having him turn around into the space. Now, what I want to accomplish is that the space back there feels like it's farther back, okay? And as things start to move forward, they're gonna have harder shapes. Okay, so right now some of this stuff should be cajoling together. It should be kind of kind of just lost edges, soft edges. Okay, there's 2 lamps up here, and we want to get them in. They're really cute. I added some of this graphite type. This is graphite gray. Now, graphite gray has a little more opaque to it. We could look at that Daniel Smith. So you can get one of these at your local store. And if we open it up, graphite gray. It's along here at the bottom. And maybe it's on this side. Bum, bum, bum. Graphite gray. Oh, it is opaque. All right. So it is going to come forward because all that other stuff. And the nice thing, it comes in a 15 milliliter tube of paint, and you can buy it as a watercolor stick. It's non-granulating, or non-staining, I should say. And nice. All right. Moving on up, we've got our other one that's right here. And I'm not going to get too fussy about having all these little things here and there. But there is a glimpse of that right here. And I can paint that. This is negative painting with a positive attitude. Okay. Now I'm looking at the eclipse that's under that light. Okay. Or oval, whatever fancy term you want to use. All right, so we got those two little lights. Now, if that's so dark, I need this. You can always go darker with watercolor, okay? So you first always want to start out lighter. And I don't have to get a blow dryer. This is already setting up. This is a little darker there. Okay. And they will know this is my painting, even though if you're painting along with me, because I just put my fingerprint in the painting. Look at that. So when I'm dead and gone, they go, oh, this is the original Gabriel Stockton. He forgot to sign it from his Watercolor Wednesday. Whatever. Okay, let's look at what needs to come next. Well, we've got all this wonderful stuff, but how can we simplify that? Well, I think we see it really simplified right now with the really bad lighting we have on that photo reference. So this thing comes down like this, and over, and down, and over and down. Then this is going to come here. Now, some of you are like, oh, what about that cute plant that's right there? Well, that's okay. We'll get some of this green apatite. I'm going to just add just a touch of green. I have a green black. Green black? What? I've never heard of that. Yeah, why not? Why is there just got to be a brown black that looks gross and a blue black? That's right. You can have green black. And does that green black have a name? I'm sure it does, but we're just having too much fun just painting this, hopefully together. Let me know in the comments if you are painting with me. Or let me know in the comments, all 17 of you now that are here. And who's watching that didn't say hello? I'm curious. So this orange is my favorite orange. It's transparent pyro orange. This orange is phenomenal. It's you've heard of cadmium orange, but they came out with a whole nother group called pyros. There's pyro scarlet. Let's go over here. I don't have this memorized. And there's the regular pyro orange. Regular pyro orange is a semi-transparent color. PO73 is the pyro orange over here. Pum pum pum. Nope. There's permanent orange. There it is, transparent pyro orange. And there it is, and it's PO71. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And it's a #2 series, so it's not very expensive. All right, we're shape painting. Remember? I'm painting some shapes. I really like this board right here. And thanks to Maggie for taking this picture. She went to Paris. And I did tease Maggie a little bit. Maybe Maggie's watching tonight. She couldn't watch last week, but she said she would try to join us. But I teased Maggie about the pictures being not with... sorry, I'm painting and thinking at the same time. It's tough. It's tough. You know, some photos that don't have sunlight are kind of a bummer. But you go on a trip and gosh darn it, the sun wasn't out. Just like here in San Diego. Oh, those poor people. I met some lovely, lovely folks today that were visiting from Washington State. They came into my studio and had talked to me about possibly doing a commission. And yeah, I like doing commissions. They are fun, especially when it's a historic building. Those are even funner. If that's a word, funner. There's this table. Now we just add a little bit of yellow. And this is buff titanium. Buff titanium is another semi-opaque, or sorry, semi-transparent. Some of you have no idea what your paints are all about, and I was the same way. And I had no idea until shortly when I got super involved with Daniel Smith. And I'm glad I did, because now I can understand the paint. So look, this is starting to come together, right? And why is it coming together? Because we're painting the shapes. Let's look over here. All this little stuff, they're just little vertical. So it's good to have just some simple little verticals and then some simple little slants. Okay. I'm looking at just the simple slants and verticals. And I don't need to know what I'm looking at. And I think that's my problem. Sometimes when I'm painting boats, I have people going, hey, you really must know a lot about boating, because that looks just like that boat. And I go, actually, I have no idea. I don't know about boats, and I just look. I look and look and then paint. I look and then draw. And so now this little side is kind of coming together. I would have to wear those, like, you know, those, I have all 20 of you that are here in the 9 thumbs up. How many of you have those things that are like jewelers wear? They go like there are these like things that they go like this around your head, and there's like a little knob right here, and there's probably like a little light, and these are like magnified so you can see. Oh my gosh, I had to wear those in high school when I was painting these little figurines. And I'll tell you what, it would be really, really hot in the summertime. And those headset things, it was hilarious. Looms, is that what they're called, Lisa? Yeah, jewelers wear them. The guy that's in my studio with me, the jeweler, Lee, he has a pair. And you know, you wear them so much and then they just get kind of like gross and sweaty, and then you just start breaking out on your forehead. And that's just going down like a bad road. And anywho, so we've got this little work area, and it's nice and light, and some other nice little light things. I gotta leave some whites in here for our cute little countertop. And there's really nothing like bright, like we're really not seeing any flowers or anything, but I do like that green that's down on that table. And I've got to pull out the gouache. And Someone said something. I'll check the comment here in a sec. It flashes it. This is gouache, and I need just a little bit. The nice thing about the Daniel Smith gouache, and this has a little gelatin thing, and it keeps these from drying out. When I spray this with, I use alkaline water, not from my sink, and I spray it. And then if you want, if you're worried about it molding, you can put some clove oil in there, or just spritz the clove. But I've yet to have a problem. The nice thing about this gouache is when it dries, it's the same color. And actually, this is the same green as this one. And while I'm there, I can go ahead and just put this other little part of green here that should have went there. And hey, look, the inside is almost done. Cool. And someone said something. Lupus Jewelers. All right, cool. Sally, I found you years ago from the Daniel Smith page and have been following you since. I have not painted along, but I enjoy watching you and make learning fun. You know, Sally, thank you so much. I had a lovely lady come in. She said her mother has dementia, and she might be watching tonight. Mother is at home, and I'm not gonna say her name, but she says her mom cannot keep her attention on any other TV shows but Watercolor Wednesday. Oh, that was so nice. That was so cute and adorable. So, you know who you are. If you're watching, hey, guess what? I'm glad you're here and watching. So, many people just watch, and that's just fine by me. All right, we're building up, and we're coming on up closer to the front of our shop. Now, this area is where we're going to start building some flowers. But before I go there, we got a guy who he gets to get painted in here. And I'm going to grab this. Is the Daniel Smith has a new color. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. And that is Jean Brilliant number 2. And just ask your art store to grab it. So I'm going to paint his little face, but I'm going to keep the top of his head nice and white. Okay. But he's got some shadow areas on his face. Right about here. And I don't care about getting that shirt perfect, but why not? Let's get some Rose of Ultramarine. It's right over here. If you're tired of using a Limson Crimson, Rose Ultramarine is your next game changer. All right, I'm gonna start with the bottom of the shirt, because that's where the darker part is. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. I put it down, I tested it. Now it's gonna be a little bit darker now. And it's a little too dark, so I'm gonna add some Pyro Red. Okay. Maybe I should just use a Limson Crimson. Look at that. I was being too sassy on my own painting. All right, there we go. Now, let's come in here. He's got his shirt on, but the top of his shoulders is getting some light. So leave that light on his chest. And there's a shadow under his chin. Okay. Now, he's got white pants on. And only way to make these white pants work, all right? We could just say, hey, you know what? He's not buying the painting. Let's not worry about the white pants. But if we were to worry about the white pants, right? Holy cow, I better hurry up. It's already 35 minutes in. We're going to paint this as a negative painting. We're going to paint the background around the pants. Okay? So we've got this nice little dark. There's a little dark under that table. There's the pants coming this way and kick it like that. And we'll bring the table forward. Straighten this up. There's the shelves underneath the table. And let's get this nice little dark. And it's a little too dark. So we'll lighten it up over here. And this is goethite. If you want to do beaches, get some goethite. And all right, so getting nice and dark here around these pants, like this. There's a shadow under his feet, like this. And we've got to make one leg more dominant than the other, like that. And that's good enough for now. If you get mucking around in there, you know what happens. This turns into a big blob, and we all know what happens when we get a big blob. Well, we're going to keep this show G-rated. All right. Let's just put another little dark right there. We're going to stop right there. We're going to come back to our little storekeeper flower making dude a little bit later. Let's finish up that little background piece. I've got some yellow here, and I'm going to put it into that. And I've got a little Chinese white. And I got to get rid of this. Just knock it down. It's just a little too white, because I need those whites to pop on his shoulder on that shirt. There we go. There we go. A nice little dark, mid-tone dark here, right over that shoulder, down along his sleeve. Now, we turned him around, so we're allowed to now design this painting to work to put that light that's above him right here, shining down on his shoulders. All right. So there we are. We have our man in the store. He's looking at our people who are possibly interested in taking home some flowers for Valentine's. See how I did that? Oh my goodness. All right, so we've got this area here. And I just kind of need some scruffy little stuff right there. And then I know some of you want to use green. So we're going to get a little bit of green, but just a little scruffy of it. All right. I don't want too much that's going to distract. Okay. That's what happens. Oh, that's green, and it's supposed to be green down here because it's a green plant. But guess what? The green plant now is in the shadow. And this green plant is right here. if you do this nice and loosely, before you know it, we're gonna have a nice little green plant right here. This needs to be nice and loose and fun and lively so that, well, if you make this stiff and hard and boring, it's gonna not read well. There is this little red flower pot. I do like that. Put a little red right in here, but look at it. It kind of just disappears. It does add a little yumminess to the painting. Kind of like, do you remember when they used to put the garland, little cute stuff on your plate? All 21 of you. The garnish. And then you would go, you know what? That little orange looks so yummy. I think I'm going to eat it. And nobody's looking, and you go ahead and eat the little orange slice, right? As if we think people are going to care. All right, here we are. We're building this plant next to our friends here that are so excited to pick out some lovely. But look at this. I'm going to grab some of this. This is cobalt. And I'm going to put some of this cobalt down here by their feet. And then I'm going to put some little cobalt over here. And I'm going to put some cobalt right in there. Now, I'm going to grab just a brush, just with some nice clean water. And I'm going to just play. Just play. I'm getting rid of some of this bright stuff over here. Look at that. That's gonna be nice. So here is like a little curb. It was on there. I think I accidentally trimmed it out, but I left it in our sketch. And this comes here. This comes here. This is gonna go real quick. Sorry if I go too fast for you, but I just noticed the time. And I don't want to make this a triple. It'd be like watching a real soap opera. We would have to do three episodes for this. No. I'm making that table. And what I see is that nice little step right here. See that little step? Right there. So that step is here. And then this goodness, with a little bit of that goodness, is going to come down like so, and here. So yeah, they washed off the curb. Who knows what happens? I could tell you stories. I could figure. I've seen stuff. You know, there was the person that was at the bar the night before, and you come and open up your shop, and someone had an accident out front of your ear. Like, oh, really? Somebody partied too hard, and now you had to wash off that gross stuff. And so I'm building up what we call perspective really loosely. I need this to lay down and look loose and feel like it's the ground, but I need it to feel like there's light. Okay? And then there's one other step. Or I guess I'm putting an extra step. Whatever. I think it'd look cute if there's an extra step right there. Personally, contrast is a key to making your work looking phenomenal. And here's the other thing. Verticals always, well, I never say that. Shoot. Verticals could use some nice, strong, lovely contrast. Okay. I'm painting around their legs right now. There's these boxes that are out here. And no, they're not going to have white pants, but maybe I should. You know, I had a really cool thing that, can I share? Can I be transparent? Put it in the comments if you want me to share a transparent story that has nothing to do with watercolor, but it has a great outcome. If you need a story of hope, a story of you know, it's not like Hallmark or anything, but I had a wonderful experience, and I am convinced it made this painting better, and the next several paintings that are about to come from my work better. And I'll tell you what, sometimes if we do the hard things, beautiful things transform. So, everyone needs hope, says Debbie. Please share, says Sally. Artie Ross, Pyro Red, semi-transparent. I have DS brochure. Oh, right on. All right. 2 of you said share. All right, sure. So, Monday, I get a little alert. You know, I get set up little alerts when people are posting stuff. And one of the alerts was something that I was kind of, well, I've been married a couple of times. All right. This gal's been around the block. This guy. So my daughter, she's amazing. And when I was divorced with her mother asked if she could keep the rower with the divorce thing. And I said sure, because I was moving back to California. So of course I was thinking I can't take that thing with me, but I used it so much. Back in the day, I used to have almost like pretty much a gym for my weightlifting and Olympic lifting and stuff. Well, anyways, my daughter came and visited, and I said, "Hey, Rouge, is your mom using the rower?" She goes, "Oh yeah, she uses it." And I go, Shucks, shoot." Well, I'm really happy that she did use it because she's lost some weight, and I'm happy for her. And well, I got this alert that there was a row machine almost identical as to my old one, and that little small still voice was saying, "I'm gonna heal your heart from the bitterness that you were holding over this thing, and I want you to forgive her, and your painting is going to get better if you do that." And I was like, "I forgive her." In the car as I'm racing up to this place, because I messaged the guy and he says, "Oh, you better hurry. Like, there's like 5 other people, and I just sat it out front of my shop, and I was like, oh my goodness. And it was like 25-minute drive away, and luckily I got back in time to open up my bar or open up my studio in time. Anyways, I'm being so silly telling you the story. And I like this little part over here, kind of just to be a little dreamy, and that part's hard to share. Just, it's intuitive painting, but it's a little mesh of that and a little mesh of this. So I kind of played with some of that. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't explaining. I was just painting away and sharing a story. Anyways, I get there. The row machine was there waiting for me. I walk up, and the owner of this kind of like therapy rehab place was like, oh, are you the guy that messaged me? And I said, yes, yes, yes. And he said, oh yeah, it's right here. And would you like help loading it? And I'm like, no. But he's like, oh, it comes apart and you'll be able to fit it into your Honda, your car. And I'm like, oh, right on, thanks. Would you mind showing me how it comes apart? And he says, I'm gonna have to tell all these other people you beat them. And I was like, Ed, there was a woman off to the distance, kind of like cracking up and smiling, and yeah, you were the first one to get here. And he's like, yeah, you'll be able to fit it in there. It came apart into 2 pieces, and there I am. And he's like, you're gonna get it in there, right? Huh? And I go, yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. And I tell you what, he came back by a couple more times, and just that little small voice was like, share with him that, oh, and it was free. He gave it to me for free. He wasn't asking money for it. And I said, can I just tell you something really quick? Because he came back another time and another time, and I was like, finally, I got it in the car, and I go, hey, Dan, I just want you to know this really blesses me and it heals my heart, because I had some bitterness that I worked through all the way up here, because I used to own one of these, and I gave it away in my divorce. And he goes, oh, yeah, well, it didn't cost me anything. And when I got it, it was just, a couple $100, and it doesn't have the computer on it. So it's not perfectly run, but it runs. It just doesn't have the little computer when you pull the row machine. So it's a row machine to like help me, work on losing my weight. And the funny thing is, Amber, my lovely wife that just left, she goes, don't we have a rower? Why do you want that one? And I go, oh my gosh, the one that I have from Costco, it just is not, it's just not that, it's not that great. So, hey, we're back. All right. I don't know what happened, but I don't know where it left off. Everyone needs hope. And Artie Ross says, thank you. Did you guys hear the story? Let me know in the I didn't see when it went off. Shoot. Anyways, I'm working on these flowers. Yes, I'm back. Hopefully you heard the story I shared. If not, maybe it wasn't meant to be shared. All right. We're creating this lovely thing here, like this. And this gets a little bit darker that way. And simplify here. So that's the light coming out of the building. We got this lovely stuff here. We've got some more flowers. Now, you could pick out some other different colors and pigments. And guess what? That's why I brought out the gouache, because it's already out. So maybe there's this pink little flower in here, and this little orange one, and this redder one, and a redder one, and a purpley one. Am I gonna do this everywhere? No way, Jose. I'm only gonna do this down here. So when you're doing these paintings, and this is watercolor, and obviously I'm not gonna pull out 18 different colors, but I can now paint some little flowers there. And then let's get some of this gouache. Now this is Hansa Yellow Light, which I have over here in watercolor. You know, I goofed up the camera because I was worried about you guys when it blacked out. So I have to move this over. All right. So here's Hansa Yellow. Here's Hansa Yellow. Here's Hansa Yellow Medium. Hansa Yellow Deep. And we're going to put some of those in there. And we'll get that Hansa Yellow Deep right in here. I could put that. The nice thing with this gouache being lovely and opaque, I can put it over the dark spots and it shows up. Okay, I could put it in the darks over here. I can take that red and do that. Okay, because it's opaque. All right, let's put some flowers here on our table. Put some flowers here. And then I gotta clean this brush. And do you see how I get in there? And I mix it until, oh yeah, that's good. And then let's put some here. And we're gonna get some of this purpley color because it's over here. Look at that. And there's some more little purple ones there. There's now, see, I went purple, so now I went into here, mixing that right into here, over into there. Okay, and now the lovely thing about the gouache, since we got rid of the white of the page there, I can now get the gouache and I can now put these bright lights on these here. And yes, I planned this out. I sure did. And look at this little, there's that little white right there. And there's another little chunk up here and there. And just a little bit brighter on his head and some on his shoulders. Look at that. And now I'm going to get the buff titanium. This one, I could use the watercolor, but I'm already diving into the gouache. And oh, it's dinner time. All right. Now we're going to get, there's that light right here with some, what? And I'm using this as texture. I'm using this as texture. Painting that so some parts are opaque, some parts are, boom, very lovely. Now let's get these folks in here, but before I do, there's a little dark areas in here. Now I'm back to just paint. So we used some, I also do, there is one black I really like, and that is Lunar Black. Lunar Black is a lovely black that granulates, and it is transparent. See that? So it is an hour. We're at the top of the hour, or we can go for another 15 minutes and finish this. What do you think? You let me know. So we're gonna put these darker pots here. I want these nice darks that are gonna bring us over to our people. That is the method to my madness. Well, I guess my plan doesn't have to be so madness. There's this nice little chunk of dark there. And we're starting to see these lovely pictures. I'm still watching, says Sally. And Jamie, go for it. Finish this. Finish him. No, it doesn't say finish him. It says finish with an exclamation mark. Finish him. All right. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And there's another little chunk of dark back there. See, I saved the darks. There's this little sign right here. That is going to bring us over to our friends. Down here, there's some darks. Those pots down there. I'm not worried about the flowers at this point in that little section. Let's bring the dark underneath our table over to this other side, like that. And there's this little cast shadow, like that. That is our table. This little dark flower piece here, like that. This little shadow of our man. I'm gonna just build this little shadow, like it almost looks like a little head with shoulders. I kind of like that. I'm gonna go back to the buff titanium real quick. Now, this is watercolor. I'm gonna get his pants. There's some shadows and textures in these pants. Okay, they're not that white. All right, cool. We got these folks. They want to be in the painting. But before I do, this has to go just a titch over here. I can go darker. Now, this isn't, here's the thing. For 2025, will you do me a favor? Will you not say, what do I need to fix in a painting? I want to start a new painting, like, thing. I want people to, instead of saying, what do I need to fix? What do I need to fix? I just want you to just say, where do I need to keep painting? Where do I need to paint to make this thing finish? Now, that needed a transparent dark over that green, because this wall actually should be brighter, especially right here. And that's going to help with our story of our people. And then I just need a couple more little flowers. Now I'm happy. Okay. Let's get these folks in. Actually, wait a minute. What's right there? This, oops, that's water. All right, check it out. The top, that we are in overtime, folks. All right. This negative shape there. I like that. But that kind of looks like he has a dunce hat on, so I need to finish the shape right here. Nice. Look at that. There we go. Coming on down. There, looking at these flowers. Let's put a cute little red flower business right in between them. Oh. And that dark pot with a little shadow. Okay, now people are strange. I have this little paper towel now with me for all 17 of you. I like keeping a paper towel in the other hand, so if I'm got some little drips, see that on the ferrule, I can grab that and it doesn't actually go in my painting. So let's put some pants on these people, because right now it looks like they're wearing no pants, which is just silly. This is the dark part under the table. And now the pants. Most people wear blue jeans. Like when you're out and about, take some. If you see crowds of people, just take a little picture of some people. Just pretend you're taking a picture of maybe like the building, or like for me it's like Balboa Park's California Tower, but I get some reference photos of people, and there's maybe the way people are standing there and talking, maybe the way people are like walking or running or walking their dog. And we got this person here. And so I just hope you all know that I enjoy you joining me every week. I hope you have someone around or a memory of someone that you appreciate and adore for your Valentine's. I know every day should be Valentine's, right? And not just once a year, but we should tell someone, hey, you're beautiful, I love you, every day. And I hope you have that person or have wonderful memories. And yeah, so we're almost done here. Doing some shadow business right down over here in this lovely corner. What should they wear? What should they wear? I'm going to put some green under this table. Taking off this water. Look at this green under here. Now, this little action of this reads as movement. Their pants like that, they're kind of moving, and if you take some photo references, the nice thing to do is just study. You're not being a stalker. You're kind of just like trying to understand. So we've got a shape here. It's almost like a little bell. And I'm going to leave that white on that back. This is a red jacket, but it's on the opposite side of where the light is. And I'm bringing that down. I could take a little bit of lavender and just knock down the chroma just a titch. And I could build it over there too. There's one arm. And here's the other part. There's a little light right there. And the arms coming over here. And there's the person's head. And, well, they're pretty much in the dark. So I'm going to take some orange, pyro orange, and some green. And I'm making kind of a darker complexion that's in the shadows. I'm leaving some light on the shoulders and the back of the neck. And here's that head here. Okay. Now, there's a weird little point on the top of that head, so I gotta just knock that down like this. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you a gesture of a person. 5 minutes. Oh, less than 5 minutes. Let's get this guy in. This guy's kind of wearing one of those, here in the States, I think we call it a members only jacket. Is that what you guys call it? It's kind of like the little old man jacket. Or maybe a club jacket. What do you call it? So again, leaving some light on the shoulders. So that's the white of the page. We don't have to use gouache or white, Chinese white or watercolor. So I'm just going to paint that shape, but I'm going to leave a little white by his, not everybody is overweight. And here's the arm. And let's trim that. I'm going to leave a little white there. And do the same thing, add lavender to the members only jacket. Did anybody? Beautiful painting tonight, Artie Ross said. Thank you so much. Artie Ross, you're a trooper. You were the first one here, and you're still here. Right on. I appreciate your support. There we go. We got this person down here. And let's give them a different slight complexion. Leaving the whites on that one side of the body and a little bit light on that shoulder. Now I'm gonna grab some brown-ish color. And put it on the top of that part of that head towards the back. Like this. Boom. Now, at this point of the game, for all 18 of you and all 15 thumbs up, thank you so much. There's a finished part right here. Boom. Okay. You always want to end with a confident brushstroke. We pull off our tape. What I like to do is be almost to being done, okay? And always want to pull the tape away from the painting, okay? And here we go, pulling away from the painting. If you pull this way towards the painting, you will rip. Especially since I just put that wash right there. Boom. The next part that has to happen is the signature. Now, this is very rare that I do this. Okay? Very rare. So this painting becomes something very special. I'm going to turn it like this. Remember all this graffiti stuff? Remember all that stuff? And I said, I got a cool idea I'm going to do. I'm not going to put that graffiti stuff. So all 21 of you watching, I'm using... Oh, no, this is not the one I want. You were just here, buddy. So there's some different markers. This is a blue Tombow. It has this tip. And I just had our sketchbook. Where's our sketchbook? Oh, here it is. All right. So this one makes that mark. Okay. This one makes this mark. See it being thicker? And this one, which is a Motown. So this is a Tombow. This is a Motown. And you can see the different tips of them. This one's uber soft, not so soft, and even harder. So let's put them in order. So this is a super softy, not so soft, and so this one does really well on watercolor paper, especially when the paper is really rough. So it's kind of hard on these, but not so much on the blue Tombow. If you want to start signing with a Tombow. So I'm going to put my name. I like these little flowers here, or tree. So I'm going to put my name right here. Just like that. And there you have it. We have our little French flower shop. So thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I went over by 16 minutes. And but thank you so much for joining me for another Watercolor Wednesday. Put down in the comments what you would like to see. And join us for the March Zoom workshop. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch our first video of the year. I explain it. Or you can email me. You're welcome, Marie, who is already signed up. info@Gabriel Stockton Fine Art. And I can send you the newsletter that went out about our deal. But you better act quick because the early bird special ends and then it goes to regular price. So the early bird special is like $115 and then it goes up after that. All right. Thank you again. I had such a wonderful time doing this two-parter. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. We've got this wonderful scene. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here with me every week. And until the next one, thank you all 18 of you that are still here and all 16 thumbs up. If you really enjoyed this, make sure you hit that subscribe so that I also send out little posts here on YouTube and you get notified about other projects. So I got some cool feedback and I'm looking at how can I get you guys the picture for painting before we do it. So I'm looking into that right now, and I tried to do this one, but I don't know if maybe because it has too big of a file and it takes forever to upload, but anywho, you have these two wonderful videos and be my guest, do this wonderful painting. Thank you and happy Valentine's. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next Watercolor Wednesday. All right, 17 thumbs up, 17 people. Take care. I think we had 22 tonight, but anyway, I digress. I'm going to go eat dinner. You guys have a wonderful Valentine's. See you later. Bye.